Comics of 100 Years Ago, November 7th, 1924. It's Little Orphan Annie by Harold Gray. The promised Mrs. Bottle has arrived with her hands inside a muff. She is in a black fur-lined gown with white spots on it. She wears a wide-brimmed hat with what looks like a small peacock feather at the back. Miss Asthma in her typical long skirt and tie, and Annie in her orphan's clothes stand to meet her, and Mrs. Bottle says, "So this is the kid you were telling me about." Miss Asthma says, "Yes, Mrs. Bottle, this is Annie. She is very honest and a good worker." "I'll take her," Mrs. Bottle says. Miss Asthma says, "We will miss her very much, Mrs. Bottle. We are so attached to Annie." Mrs. Bottle says, "Now, of course, I have 7 children, so Annie won't be lonesome, but she'll miss you and the children here." And in the final panel, she removes one of her hands from her muff and says, "So I'll just keep her 6 days a week and bring her back every Saturday night after we close the store." "Oh," says Miss Asthma. Well, Annie looks a little bit aghast.